world is going to crumble when they see this next arrest. In the meantime, there's going to be distractions and fires to hide evidence. Watch for it, ask questions, demand answers.
At 4:32 p.m., we received a 911 call that a suspect was attempting to light a fire in the community of Woodland Hills and was being detained by residents. Officers from LAPD's Topanga area responded and took that suspect into custody.
Now, this isn't just anybody's house that's burned down in the LA fires. This is P. Diddy's house that's burned. Oh, and there was supposed to be an investigation in 2 days' time.
Y'all, Katt Williams is back in the headlines, and as always, he's holding nothing back. This time, the outspoken comedian has inserted himself right into the middle of a wildfire, literally and figuratively. He's diving deep into a growing conspiracy theory about the recent devastating California fires. And let's just say, he's pointing fingers in a direction no one saw coming. Williams is now suggesting that these fires might not be as random as they seem. Instead, he's throwing Diddy's name into the mix, implying that the blazes could be linked to the music mogul's ongoing legal troubles. Yeah, you heard that right. Katt is hinting at something much darker lurking beneath the surface. While official investigators are still piecing together what really caused these catastrophic wildfires, the internet has wasted no time in coming up with its own theories. And one in particular? It's spreading faster than the flames themselves. This theory is straight out of a Hollywood thriller. It suggests that some of the industry's biggest names may be using the destruction as a smokescreen to erase evidence. Evidence that could allegedly expose their involvement in major lawsuits, including legal battles tied to Diddy and Jay-Z. And here's where things get even crazier. Some of the most luxurious celebrity estates just happened to go up in flames, right when their owners were drowning in lawsuits, scandals, or financial struggles. The timing is beyond suspicious. So, is this all just one giant coincidence? Or is there a hidden agenda behind these fires? Let's break down exactly what Katt Williams is claiming and dive into the details of this jaw-dropping conspiracy theory.
Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too. Explosions make accidental fires too. And then, oops, we don't know how that happened. And then you look in.
With over 12,000 buildings reduced to ashes and a horrific death toll of at least 24, the destruction inflicted by the wildfires in Los Angeles is really astounding. The extent of the devastation is nearly unfathomable. The unrelenting fires have burned over 60 square kilometers, leaving a devastated landscape. Despite containment attempts, the Palisades and Eaton fires, the largest of these infernos, are still raging over Southern California. The formerly wealthy Pacific Palisades neighborhood, which is home to many prominent celebrities, has been especially severely impacted. As the fires spread quickly and consumed everything in their path, many wealthy people were compelled to evacuate their lavish houses. The flames have already taken control of a number of famous homes, while others are still in danger. Surprisingly, despite all of this destruction, official reports suggest that Sean Diddy Combs' mansion in Los Angeles is still intact. This oddity has only intensified rumors and conjecture about the flames. Now, this is where things start to get really fascinating. And by interesting, I mean that they go far into the realm of conspiracy theories. A whole new level of internet conjecture has been sparked by the fact that Diddy's opulent estate has managed to escape damage despite the widespread destruction. Catherine Austin Fitts, a former official in the George H.W. Bush administration, is the one fueling this rumor. Fitts' theory regarding the flames is a little out of the ordinary. The fires are in LA to burn all the evidence from P. Diddy parties, someone wrote. She's implying that this tragedy, which has affected celebrities like Anthony Hopkins, Anna Faris, and Miles Teller, may be a cover-up. A pretext for your question? Fitts claims that it's all related to Diddy's purported transgressions. Yes, you heard correctly. She essentially asked how many of the homeowners impacted by the fires had connections to Diddy through the Diddy list on her program, Financial Rebellion. She is suggesting that there is a pattern here and that these fires are not merely an accident. Rather, they are intentional attempts to destroy evidence or silence those who may be involved in Diddy's legal issues.
What I want to see, what I usually look at in situations like this is I look at the patterns of who got wiped out and how. And one of the first questions, I'll be honest, that I'm going to look at when I look at some of the communities involved is how many of the homeowners were on the P. Diddy list.
Right.
Oprah.
Oprah.
J-Lo.
J-Lo.
A-Rod.
A-Rod. Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys.
That's pretty hit. Black King God, dude. Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Snoop.
Snoop.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
Swiss Beats.
Steve.
Kelly Rowland.
Kelly Rowland.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Maluma.
Maluma.
Issa Rae.
Issa
Sierra.
Sierra.
Janelle Monáe.
And Monet.
Yeah, that's my sis right there. Lizzo.
Lizzo.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion.
J Balvin.
J Balvin.
Naomi Campbell.
Naomi Campbell.
That's your auntie. Usher.
Usher.
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato.
Shaq and his whole family.
Shaq and his whole family.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Little Uzi Vert.
Little Uzi Vert.
Sway Lee.
Sway Lee.
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
Julian Huff.
Julian Huff.
Diplo.
Diplo.
E-Nice.
E-Nice.
Drea.
Leia.
Burna Boy.
Burna Boy.
The show's third singer. Nicole Scherzinger. Nicole from the Pussycat Dolls. Say Nicole from the Pussycat Dolls.
Cat dog.
That's right. Paris Goldman.
Cat dog.
Cara Delevingne. Winnie Harlow. Prince Montana. And a bunch of big surprises that I can't tell you. Because they're so big, sometimes they get busy and they forget that they committed to answering the...
It's a crazy hypothesis that is undoubtedly drawing attention. Is it true in any way? Who knows? However, it's undoubtedly giving this already complicated and tragic scenario a new level of intrigue. Furthermore, the Diddy list Fitz is referring to is essentially an unconfirmed list of renowned people who are purportedly associated with Diddy's notorious parties. These individuals, who are frequently referred to as freak-offs in court documents, are accused of engaging in a number of extremely unsettling practices, such as F-crimes. It's crucial to remember that this list is entirely unsubstantiated, and that the only reason it exists is rumor and conjecture. On the internet, some people are even making jokes about it. LA celebrities when they realize all the Diddy against them burned in the fire, too, one person wrote. Celebrities when their mansion burns down due to the LA Inferno, destroying all the damning proof, was another addition. It has been openly associated with a wide range of celebrities over the years, including Lopez, Ashton Kutcher, Mariah Carey, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and many more. Whether or not these ties are related to the California wildfire and the purported Diddy list is a separate matter entirely. Notably, Paris Hilton, whose name has also been connected to Diddy, lost her Malibu house that was destroyed by fire. Though it clearly adds another level of intricacy to the story, this fact does not necessarily support the conspiracy theory. This is where the theory becomes even more bizarre. Fitz is asserting that the initial fires weren't even started on the ground. Despite the fact that several arson suspects have already been arrested in relation to the fires, she is implying that they were detonated from a suborbital platform or from the sky. Now keep in mind that this is coming from someone who worked for George H.W. Bush as the Assistant Secretary of Housing and Urban Development for the United States.
Story to tell that I'd like to tell. I have a wonderful subscriber who's been a subscriber for many years, Polly, and for the first time in his life, he read the Franklin cover-up last week. And I spoke to him last weekend, and he said, you know, I keep hearing you, he said, you get frustrated because people don't understand the importance of financial transaction freedom to their lives. And I hear you keep telling people who say, well, I don't have many assets, and if they take my assets, I don't care. And I hear you telling people, wait a minute, they can take your children. They can mandate health treatments to your children, and they can literally take your treatment. And he said, you need to understand that even though I've been a subscriber for 10 years, I didn't understand what you were saying. And he said, I don't think most people understand what you're saying. But I read the Franklin cover-up, which is one of the best, highly documented cases of ring in America. And he said, now I understand what you mean. Now I understand what you mean when you say they'll take your children, and what that really means, and why financial transaction freedom is so very important to me and to you, because we cannot allow that to happen. So he said, this is the first time that it really got to be personal. It really touched me in an intimate and visceral way. And, I've seen dreadful things done in the interest of covering up the rings. And this is likely to include, whenever you do an operation this big, you stack functions. So there's a lot of stacking functions going on, but it wouldn't surprise me if is one of those functions that's getting stacked.
She says she has personally seen some really horrible manipulations used to hide heinous crimes, like as pedophilia. The wildfire scenario is being framed by her as possibly another instance of a high-level cover-up, although there is no hard proof to back up this somewhat wild assertion. It is undoubtedly heightening the mystery and stoking internet rumors. Remember that these early claims of Diddy's mansion burning down were later shown to be untrue. However, their initial widespread circulation highlights the already elevated distrust and the speed with which false information may proliferate in times of crisis. Despite being located right in the middle of the fire zone, Diddy's expansive 17,000 square foot estate in Los Angeles, the same one that was previously raided by federal agents, has amazingly spared the flames, according to Newsweek. However, social media was rife with rumors prior to this confirmation, with many people hastily claiming that Diddy's house had been reduced to ashes. An already chaotic and tragic scenario was made even more intriguing by this initial wave of misinformation, which only helped to amplify the conspiracy theories already circulating around the flames. It's a valid line of investigation, not a conspiracy, someone wrote. Motive is undoubtedly present, and it is not implausible. The timing is highly dubious. In the end, the fact that his house was spared destruction became a crucial component of the story that those who suspect a darker motive are constructing. A Facebook post that went viral sparked the suspicions that Diddy's house was burning down. Someone posted an image of a burning house, saying it was Diddy's estate, and implying that the fire purposefully destroyed evidence days before an investigation was about to begin. Internet detectives swiftly disproved this assertion, demonstrating that the image was, in fact, more than 10 years old and had been taken from a Cincinnati Enquirer news story from February 2014. Thus, an instance of false information, outrageous, literally spreading like wildfire. Here, it's critical to keep the context in mind. It was revealed in October 2024 that Diddy would go on trial in May 2025 for a number of extremely serious offenses, including prostitution, trafficking, conspiracy, and racketeering. Although he entered a not guilty plea, there is little doubt that the impending trial has stoked the rumors and conspiracy theories about him. The fire's timing, so near to his impending trial, has undoubtedly drawn attention and given people who think there's more to this story than meets the eye material. Suspicion is also being stoked by the analogies to the 23 Maui wildfires. Similar claims made following the Maui tragedy have led some people to suspect that these fires are a part of a land grab strategy. According to the notion, many fires are purposefully started to evict homeowners, especially those who possess pricey homes for which insurance companies are unable to provide a complete reimbursement. Then, investors jump in, purchasing the land from desperate owners at a discount and erecting densely populated buildings, such as apartments. They say that climate change is conveniently to blame for all of this. Red flags are being raised by the fire's apparent targeting. People are speculating that these fires are not random, because they are burning in some neighborhoods while leaving others unaffected. This selective damage supports the theory that there is a wider cover-up, with the fire acting as a practical means of erasing evidence. There are rumors that Katt Williams foresaw these occurrences, which further complicates an already complicated scenario. Before more well-known people were linked to the Diddy affair, the comic allegedly forewarned his inner circle about an approaching catastrophe intended to obliterate evidence, according to sources close to him. According to reports, Williams thinks this involves influential people working behind the scenes and extends far beyond Diddy. Along with the other dubious circumstances surrounding the fires, this purported prediction has only increased public scrutiny and stoked the rising suspicion that there is more to this story than meets the eye, and there are other people who are questioning these fires than Catherine Austin Fitts. For some time now, there has been a suspicion that the flames are being utilized as a cover-up. For instance, Allie Carter, who claims she was a victim of Hollywood elites, cautioned her fans months ago to be on the lookout for fires, saying these influential people would go to great lengths to hide their wrongdoing. Chris Brown and other celebs have openly voiced their doubts. Something about these fires just doesn't sit right. The real question is, could these massive, destructive wildfires actually be part of a larger, calculated effort, an attempt to wipe out crucial evidence tying some of Hollywood's most powerful figures to the explosive Diddy scandal? It's a chilling possibility. And while there's no undeniable proof, yet the whispers are getting louder, the speculation growing wilder. But what was it exactly that Catherine Austin Fitts said that sent shockwaves through the conspiracy circles? Let's break down her claims and take a closer look at the evidence.
Is a third arrest that is coming. There's 2 that's already down. The world is going to crumble when they see this next arrest. In the meantime, there's going to be deaths, distractions, and fires to hide evidence. Watch for it, ask questions, demand answers.
Last year, a new voice added a grim warning to the increasing chorus of distrust. Social media activist Ali Khan cautioned her followers to exercise caution, implying that explosions or fires could be utilized as a component of a wider cover-up planned by political and Hollywood elites. She even hinted at future arrests, saying that 2 had already taken place and that a third, more serious arrest was imminent. Ask questions, demand answers, and keep a watchful eye out for any strange fire behavior, she advised her followers. Together with the actual start of the destructive wildfires, this dire warning has only intensified conspiracy theories and sparked important inquiries regarding the real nature of these occurrences.
Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too. Explosions make accidental fires too. And then, oops, we don't know how that happened. And then you look into it and you see that it's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to trafficking. And then you realize, oh, it wasn't just an explosion or a fire. It wasn't an accident.
Ali Carter's recurrent references to explosives in her videos suddenly carry a disturbing new weight, especially in light of what just happened. During a live television feed from Pacific Palisades, multiple inexplicable booms were seen on camera as enormous fires tore through the region. Reporters on the ground recounted strong flames ripping through the terrain. But what sent shivers down viewers' spines were the abrupt, deafening explosions. Strange, unaccounted-for bursts that added an ominous air of mystery to the unfolding calamity. Meanwhile, another video making rounds online appears to capture a big explosion near Pasadena, one that promptly sparks another roaring fire. Now, when you connect these weird instances to Ali's previous warnings, it's no surprise that speculations are exploding. Quite literally. Could these fires be something more than unfortunate accidents? But here's when things take an even worse turn. Some internet sleuths believe they've unearthed a hidden clue, this time tied to none other than Diddy himself. In what's supposed to be a leaked phone call from jail, Diddy is purportedly heard urging his son to get rid of the pizza boxes. On the surface, it sounds innocent, but many are certain this is coded language, a covert command to remove important evidence. Of course, the legitimacy of this leaked call remains up for question. But one thing's for sure, it's merely pouring more gasoline to the flames of speculation. Was this a cryptic message, a weird coincidence, or yet more twist in an increasingly macabre puzzle?
Yo, listen, do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing